Hello, experienced creators. It's Lynan, and I'm on Facebook Live, and it's been a while. I actually had the Facebook app deleted from my phone. So I realized, even though I was still interacting in the Facebook group on my laptop, I wasn't getting on for these juicy Facebook Lives. And I had the privilege of speaking with a few of you new members, like Amanda and a few others, and I just wanted to share some of the juicy pieces of wisdom that came out in those conversations with the entire group. And if you're new to the group, hello, I'm Lynan Saperstein. So amazing to connect with you. It's gorgeous and super sunny here in Austin, so I am out in my hammock doing some work, and I just wanted to kind of set the tone for the next 12 months. Really, 2017 is what I'm calling the year of retreats. The year that you start your first retreat, the year that you get some serious momentum going, maybe some profit, maybe a sold out retreat that you've been hosting for the past few years, and really collectively bringing all of our knowledge, all of our wisdom into this community. And so I wanted to share some of the stuff that me and Amanda talked about yesterday. I've got a weird shadow on me. I apologize. I've got like a T on me. And I want to help all of you guys to be stepping into the magic of creating really your first retreat or your most successful retreat. So the number one thing, and if you listen back to some of the old Facebook Lives, I dig into this, is that you don't need a fancy marketing plan like a lot of people are potentially telling you to do. It's really about leveraging your networks. So this is the first step I want you to do before February. So in the next few days, make a list of really the influential people you know who have access to large groups of people. Let's see, I'm gonna move so I don't have a big T across my chest. Yeah, make a list of your influential friends, people who have audiences, people who have influence, people who, they say something and someone goes to a site, or they read a blog, or they get on for, a discovery session with you. It's so bright over here. I had to kind of find a better place. Okay, so first things first, finding somebody who is in your networks to help you leverage. And then you're just going to be leveraging friends, right? Leveraging networks. So people you've got to school with, people you've worked with, getting on LinkedIn, updating your LinkedIn, super powerful. Really reaching out to your connections and saying, hey, it's a new year. How are you? What are you up to? And then letting them know what you're up to and letting them know about your live transformational event, who it's for, making it super clear what the results and benefits are, okay? That was number one, leveraging your networks. Number two, really simple, really awesome, getting clear, deciding, saying yes to the retreat. I think a lot of us sit and waffle and we're not really sure, like, maybe I'd like to do it in 6 months, I'd like to do it in the summer, I'd like to do it in the fall, I'd like to do it in 2018. It's commit now, commit this moment that you're gonna be a retreat host and that you're gonna host an epic, successful retreat. Whether it's being hosted in a week or it's being hosted in a year, step into this, say yes to yourself. And there's something that happens with our mindset when we say yes to a retreat, and when you say yes, you start to act differently. You start to talk about it differently. And this is something me and Amanda talked about, but she was really trying to build her audience, build her community, build her tribe, the people that she wants to come on this international adventure. And she's going to start in her own backyard. So this is a sort of an asterisk tip for number two, not only saying yes, but start in your own backyard. Even if you're already hosting a big live event, try and do something smaller, either in your hometown where you're living, maybe in a nearby bigger town. Maybe if you're living in some like a smaller or a suburb type city, go there. Or if it's a quick drive or a short flight to a metropolitan big city, go do an event there. Go do a one-day workshop. Go do an evening experience. Do a 2-day weekend type retreat to really drum up interest. And one of my favorite analogies in marketing that we often use for lead magnets and opt-ins and any kind of content that people are devouring before they buy the full, fancy 5-course meal, they're getting a taste. They're getting a delicious, bite of all of the amazing things that you're creating. So how can you create that delicious bite for people to try so they want more, right? Because they have that one bite and they're like, oh my gosh, I want more of this. I can't wait to do this in another country. I can't wait to do this for, more than a few hours or more than a few days. And they're really ready to deep dive and take in any kind of upsell that you're going to offer to them at the end of that experience. And we often call this also tour dates. And I've seen a handful of you guys doing this, and I found it to be one of the most successful tools out there for consistently filling retreats. And this is for people especially who want to host more than one retreat in a year, going to LA, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, Dallas, big cities where you could kind of drum up interest. And there's so many different locations that you can hold these type of events at, and they can be free or low cost. But then people start to get a taste of your magic. They get a taste of transformation. They get a taste of what's possible and all those delicious results and benefits that you're going to offer from a deeper dive type experience. So think about how you can put little tastes or trials or create tour dates as part of your marketing launch. And additionally, I think, I say this on almost every single Facebook Live, but I'm going to pop on and say it again. It's about being creative and innovative and using your imagination and thinking outside the box. There's a lot of formulas out there, and coming up in March, you're going to get my secret exclusive retreat formula in all its detail and glory. But I want you guys to dig in and think really deeply about, what sets you apart, what's special about you, and how you can showcase it, how you can put a spotlight on it so everyone can see you. And a lot of what marketing is doing, and a lot of what anything you're doing to market your retreat is going to be, is magnetizing you, amplifying your message and your mission and what's possible. And really, again, like I said, shining a spotlight on you so you're this attractive magnet that's pulling in these people that desperately want the type of experience you're offering. And this goes across the board, not just with retreats, but with anything you're selling, okay? So reviewing, number one, leverage your networks. Number two, really that say yes, decide, and dig in a little bit deeper to get creative and innovative about what sets you apart, and make sure you're leading with that in the way that you're marketing, speaking about your event, okay? Number three, really, this is something to keep up the momentum. A lot of us sometimes are really excited at the beginning. Sometimes that transformation starts for us and we have to be seen. We have to deal with our money stuff. We're having these sales conversations. We're exchanging money. A lot of stuff is coming up. So the third piece is really sitting with a calendar. So whether it's your day planner, going to the dollar store and buying a full calendar, Target is a great place for this. I just bought all my planners for the year, and look at 12 months, look at 24 months, and really month by month, what is going to excite you? What is some kind of, again, juicy morsel, some kind of value, some kind of content that you're going to provide to attract and magnetize and magnify your message? And who are you going to reach out to? Where are you going to be going? Again, it's a place to map out your tour dates, any kind of blog content, any kind of pitching for podcasts, which we've talked about, any kind of webinars or live streams or Facebook Lives where you're in the destination or you're talking about the types of challenges that your people are struggling with, but really digging into a map, like a guide. You wouldn't go to a new country, or you wouldn't go on a hike of a mountain you'd never been on without the map. And so whereas a lot of you are trailblazers, you're going to be creating your own marketing plan, or within this group you're going to be taking tools to create your marketing plan. But get that calendar out and map it out from, we're still in January, we have one more day, from January to December or January or beyond. Hi Bria, I'm happy to see you right now. And I think this is another thing with this Facebook Live, is I really want to connect with people in the group, people who are getting ready to take the leap. And I'm also on here to remind you guys that it's safe for you to take the leap. I hope Amanda doesn't mind me sharing, but Amanda was saying to me, it'll be in 6 months, and I'm not worried about it. But she was so eager and she was so excited, and her main agency is doing fine, and she really was ready to step into something deeper. She was ready to say yes. So again, we're going to go back to point number 2, saying yes, deciding, and then really figuring out what it is that sets you apart and stepping into that. Yay, Denise says she really loves the map idea and she really wants to organize her first retreat this summer, and she sees it happening. Again, that's the first step, seeing it happening, planning it out. And a lot of you guys know I'm like left brain, right brain. I want you to be creative. I want to go to the woo-woo and the spiritual side where like in your mind's eye, in that third eye, you're visualizing, you're seeing the retreat, you're doing that meditation, you're seeing the participants at the table experiencing the amazing transformation, but you need to have actual concrete steps about how you're going to deliver this, okay? And so this video is going to stay up, and if there is any concrete steps that you're confused about, that you're struggling with, that you're really like, hey, I need more. Actually, just now in this moment, I'm gonna, first time, I think I'm going to share some pieces of the big retreat map in February with you guys. So I'm going to test it and trial it out with you guys. So keep an eye out in this space. We probably will end up doing a Zoom where I can see you guys, I can interact with you. I want you to come live with your calendars, with your ideas. So I know a lot of you guys are using the DIRT method, but I really invite you to go back, listen to that recording again, and not only, again, that step number 2, decide and say yes, but list out any and all possible ideas that you have in your brain. Write it all out. And you may not be able to use it for the planning part, but you might be able to use it for the marketing part. You might be able to use it for social content. You might be able to use it for targeting some influencers who are going to have access to your perfect audience. So again, writing and really doing, Marie Forleo says this, brain dumping. It's been an activity I have loved for years, but getting squeezing your brain out of all the ideas and then going and researching it, going through all of it, getting crazy on Google, and even getting crazy in this group and saying, hey, Lynan, and I've said this before, if you have a destination and you're looking for a retreat center, a great VRBO house, a chef, any kind of resources for a destination for your retreat, pop it in our group. Let us know what it is you need, and let's use the collective knowledge of really hundreds of retreats in this group, hundreds of live events, hundreds of thousands of connections, right? If we think about all the people that all of us know for getting a phone call, I hope it didn't cut out too much, but really digging into these 3 steps, and I want to create momentum. It's that snowball effect, creating some energy and movement toward your dream. And again, your retreat may not be this year. Your retreat may be in 2018 or beyond, but I often say the legwork, it starts now. The conversations you have now. To speak your event into life. Speak it into life. And especially if you have a new idea, something new, creative, something innovative, test it out. Idea validate. That's one of the other parts of the research, is putting it out there and seeing what people say. This is a perfect month, January, February, for you to say, who wants to join me in Panama? I have some amazing friends here in Austin who are hosting a super amazing yoga transformational retreat in Panama with surfing, yoga and surfing, amazing. So it's thinking about how your unique retreat is going to really reflect you, be set apart. Why is it different because it's you? I know there's lots of yoga retreats out there, but why is it different because it's you? Because you're the leader, because you're the host, because you're the curator, you're the person who is planning and visionarying the whole event. So digging into all of this, I really want, again, I commit to supporting you guys, but get on here, share what your event is about, share potential dates, share potential destinations. Again, start in your own backyard. Maybe this is not the year for you to jump into an international retreat, right? Maybe this is the year that you're going to host something. There are retreat centers in every neck of the woods. I mean, living here in Austin, I think every few weeks I find out about a new amazing retreat center that's like an hour away or 2 hours away, and they're beautiful, and they have staff, and they have cooks, and they have trails, and they have nature, and they have so many different things, yoga decks, yoga props, all that good stuff. So any kind of stuff you would need, a lot of these destinations have. So again, pour out your ideas, get that calendar, and start writing it out, okay? So again, the 3 steps, let's review it, okay? Let's see if I remember what the first one was. My paper that was on the floor just blew away. The first one was, someone remind me, what was the first one? Second one was deciding, saying yes, and finding out what sets you apart. Third one is getting that calendar to concrete step map it out. Now I'm totally not remembering what the first one is. Oh, the first one is leveraging your networks. So leveraging your networks, thinking about who you know, go through your Facebook friends, go through your LinkedIn, update your LinkedIn. Gosh, I could like shake everybody and ask them to update their LinkedIn. I actually put up all the events that I speak at on my LinkedIn, and a bunch of people who've spoken at my retreats or whose events I've spoken at are not on LinkedIn. And so I can't even add them to that. So update your LinkedIn, update your events, put them up, let people know about it. If you have a resume, I mean, I don't really have a resume, I just have LinkedIn, but add this stuff to it so you don't forget and you stay up to date. And also start thinking about speakers, thinking about people who you can co-create with, people who can come and add value to your community, and also bring some of your, okay, Danielle says, what was number 3? Okay, so number 3, you can listen back to this video because it'll be up on the page, but it's about really creating some concrete steps. So taking your ideas, taking your networks, when are you going to do them? So getting a planner or a calendar. I love Target, dollar store is also great. And saying, okay, we're January, February, now between now and December 2018, what are the steps you're going to take each month, each week toward filling your retreat? So all of the strategic things we've mentioned on multiple ones of these Facebook Lives, on the trainings that are pinned to the top of this group, you can be implementing so many pieces of it, but it's not about doing all of them. It's about doing at least one and doing it well. So pick one at a time, put it on the schedule for next week, and make sure you get that one, at least that one thing done. And if you do one thing per week for your retreat, I tell you, you will fill your retreat. It's just a matter of at least doing that one thing and completing it in its entirety, right? I think that's a lot of what other people are not doing, or maybe what you've done in the past is you've started something and you've not finished it. Or you've started a lot of little things and not finished them, so they never had the follow through. They never actually made you into an attractive, magnetized event and made you literally a magnet to attract in the ideal customers, the people that you're calling in for this amazing experience. So get that calendar, start mapping it out. Like I said, I'm going to sneak preview in February my super secret ultimate retreat formula to help you have not only an amazing event, but a sold out event. Because I think that is the challenge. It's filling it and also creating something really powerfully transformational. That's the thing I hear time and time again from people who come to my events and my gatherings is this was one of the best, if not the best, live event I've ever been to. And the people that I support very similarly are holding space in such a powerful transformational way. And so every single one of you in this group, I want you to know you have access to my brain, you have access to these resources, and I want to help you curate really powerful, beautiful, transformational experiences that literally have, are once in a lifetime, unforgettable, leave a lasting impact on these people's lives, their businesses, their relationships, whatever it is that you're going to be affecting. I'm going to open it for questions because it looks like we have a handful of people on here now. I started on to nobody. I was like, oh God, I'm just going to be talking to myself. But if you guys have any questions around those 3 steps and getting started, or anything that's just bouncing around your head, I'm here. So get on there and type the questions. I can stick around for a few more minutes. I hope my phone is not going to die. I plugged it in and they're like doing, I don't know what kind of construction so late in the afternoon right by my house. Any questions? No questions. All right, well, if there's no questions, it's just about implementing, guys. You just got to do it. And, to-do lists and tasks, they can feel really daunting and they can be like, oh God, I have so much stuff to do. But like I said, one thing a week. If you could, and you can do one thing a week, from start to finish, from A to Z, if you can pick one thing a week to do and to focus in on, I think that's what you need to do. Let's see, Florence LaFlo says, I like step 3 and that's what I need to do right now. Perfect. And I think that's what a lot of us need to do. And just so you guys, you're getting a peek behind the curtain. I mean, I just bought my planners at Target. It's super cute. I wish I was by my desk. I could show it to you. But there are 2 events, actually potentially 3 events that I'll be involved in this year. And I had to start to look at the dates and the months, and you can actually really conceptualize it. You know, am I going to have the time in this space for this? And especially when you have a life, right? Because we're lifestyle entrepreneurs, you need to have time and space along the way to make sure everything flows and you have everything going. Let's see. Denise says, my biggest concern is about paying the whole amount and filling it or not being able to fill it. And then she also asked why LinkedIn is so important. So let's start with the concern, okay? So first, anytime you have a concern, deep breath, exhale, right? It's coming up because it wants you to pay attention to it. It's something that you have a fear around, and I always say fear is, it's not only your friend, but it's like a little flag that's like, pay attention to me, I'm important. And that's a great fear. That's a great something to pay attention to. So I address this in the trainings at the top. So I invite you to re-listen to them. If you haven't listened to them, maybe you didn't listen to the whole thing, listen to all those recordings. But I talk about the pre-sale method. And that's, you know, knowing how much your deposit is for your destination and saying, I need to make that money in the next 30 days. So hopefully you have a credit card that you can put it on hold on, or, you know, you ask them to hold the space for 30 days and you'll make the payment after. I've also had people pull this money out in, you know, 7 days, in 1 week, and say, you know, this is the ultra special great price. So it's the absolute lowest price you could give, and it's not an at cost price. It's still got a little bit of a profit margin on top of it, but getting in, you know, between 3 to 5 people right away, right through the door, so that money's in your pocket and you're covered for any kind of expenses you need to put down. If it's at a hotel, if it's at a retreat center, if you need to reserve on Airbnb or VRBO, you know, some of them, I think they're VRBO. We did a villa and it was, I want to say almost 40 or 50%. So it was a big chunk of change. And we did a pre-sale. So my list, and mind you, I have a list and I filled those spots right away. But again, that's where you leverage your network. So you go back to number 1, you leverage the people you know, the influencers, you have them share it, and you fill the pre-sale. And again, if you don't have networks, maybe you need to bring in a speaker or a contributor, a yoga teacher, facilitator who has a network, who has a list, who has a bunch of followers, who can bring in those people really quickly. So that's the big thing. And then filling it long term is, again, putting in the time week by week, doing the different activities that we've talked about in the trainings, that I've talked about in the Facebook Live, and that we'll be releasing when we share the retreat formula. So again, we've got you covered in this group, but again, the first step is that pre-sale, and you don't want to do the pre-sale until you've idea validated. So you've put it out to people and you've gotten at least 10 people who are like, oh my God, that sounds like the retreat for me. And you've even talked about the price point with them, and it feels like it resonates. And then she asked why LinkedIn is so important. You know, I debate people with this, but I think you just need a record of all the things that you've done. You know, this is why resumes were so important for years. You know, get your stuff, the awesome stuff that you're good at, up on the internet. And, you know, another site that's great, I was telling Flo about this, is called about.me. You can literally, if you don't have a website, you know, if you're starting from scratch, you know, you don't even need a Squarespace. And about.me, you don't have to buy a URL, you don't have to get web hosting, you don't have to build a website, you just put up a picture of you and some information. And now about.me has tons of cool plugins like schedule a consult. You can send them to a website once you have it. There's so many different ones. I can share my about.me, so you guys check mine out to see if it's informational. But it's that you have a place where you are legitimized, where you are credible, where you establish your expertise. Additionally, the big thing for me on LinkedIn, and this is part of the software I'm building, but it's not coming until after summertime for the public, But it's that you can have a place where people can review you. They can leave recommendations about what it's like to work with you, what it was, how it was to watch you speak, how it was to attend your workshop or your weekend event or whatever type of event. People get to basically share character, reviews of who you are and how you are. And that, again, it establishes not only your expertise, but helps you sell spots. You can be like, hey, you can check out my reviews on LinkedIn. You can put those right up. This is, again, without a sales page, without a website built out. You can utilize, LinkedIn is free. Why wouldn't you use it? I mean, it literally, if you can do one thing on your LinkedIn each week. I was actually talking to a friend about this, that I was going to do a LinkedIn challenge because I'm so annoyed that so many people are not on LinkedIn and not using it for the power that it is. I mean, it's powerful, guys. Okay, let's see. Denise says, okay, I guess they are in our group, right? I will listen to them. Oh, nice idea. Can I ask them to hold space for 30 days? That's hard. I mean, some of them will save the spot, but if somebody comes with the money, they'll actually give it away. Actually, as I was saying that, I was thinking, you need to have a credit card. So ideally you have the credit card to put the money down. But the other thing is you can sell the retreat on concept. That's what the pre-sale model is about. So you're saying, do you want to come to this destination around this, mid March or end of March or whatever. You don't have to give a specific dates if you just know, and you know that you've called the destination or emailed the destination and you know that the time is available. And then, not invite in miracles. I mean, I'm going to be really honest with you. This is not inviting in miracles. You need to sell spots, and people need to hand you money. Money needs to come in the door. So you need to have that not only idea validation with somebody saying I'm interested, but somebody putting their money where their mouth is and saying I will come to your retreat, signing a document that says I'm committed and putting down the deposit. And when I do my pre-sale, I actually don't allow deposits. My pre-sale is a full pay. And so it's usually about $2,500 or $3,000, and that's the cheapest price I will offer, and I guarantee it to them that I will sell no other spots for that cheap. They are the only ones getting that price, and usually it's affordable and it's just a ridiculous deal for what it is that I'm offering. So that's how you do that. She said leverage. That's what I'm good at. I'm mapping. Got it. And looking professional on LinkedIn, checking out about me. Yeah, and you don't even need a new website. I mean, I say this time and time again, and once my software is live, y'all will be able to just use that for free, and it'll be super simple. But, using simple platforms that are inexpensive just so you have a landing page. You're not going to get organic traffic. I don't want to feed you BS that people are just going to magically find your retreat. They're not. You need to use marketing for people to find your retreat. You need to flex your network muscles. You need to get out there. You need to talk about the event so people find out about you. Okay? I would love to hear. I'm spitting. I'm so excited. I would love to hear about what you guys are creating in 2017, what's coming down the pipeline. If you've got sales pages or about me's or Facebook posts that are idea validated, I want you posting in the group. Get on a video. Just pop on a video. It takes 5 seconds on your phone. Come on here. Tell us what's up. Danielle, I'm messaging you back, girl. I only have like 2 or 3 spots per week to speak to you guys. So I'm really busy right now. It's kind of silly. But retreats are my heart. Retreats are where it's at. I've got some retreats coming down the pipeline too, so stay tuned here if you guys want to come and hang out with me in person. Potentially something in Spain, so we'll see. So keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled. Also for that secret retreat formula, and reach out if you guys need to talk to me. If you really need to dig in, shoot me a message. I will find time for you. It may not be like within the week, maybe within 2 or 3 weeks, but worst case scenario, we text, we message. I get you the support and the information that you need. So stay in this group, stay active, ask questions, bring in people, bring in co-collaborators. If you have a great destination that you found, even if you're not going to use it, just share it. found out about a beautiful retreat center I'm going to share in the group last night. So grateful for you guys, sending you so much love. I appreciate all of you. I'll be getting on here at least once a week, if not twice a week, when I have a spare moment to come on and share. And I was so inspired by the conversation I had with Amanda about what she's doing in Houston, Texas. And so I really want to get on and share some of the juicy stuff. And Amanda, if you hear this, get down below and share any of the juicy stuff I forgot to mention, because it was a whole day after. I was busy as all Hellmans yesterday. I was nonstop. Mondays are crazy for me. But I love you guys. I'm so excited. Remember, this is the year of retreats. Go buy that planner. Go buy that calendar. Start leveraging your networks. Start believing in yourself and deciding that you are a retreat host. You are a retreat leader. And figure out what it is that sets you apart and start leading with that. I love you guys. Leave comments below after you watch and make sure to share in the group. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.